it's a lightweight championship fight between TJ Dillashaw and Bruce Lee.
Hey guys, this is JJ Dillashaw, the championship between Bruce Lee and TJ Dillashaw.
All right, here he is, the #1 lightweight contender, making his way to the octagon and looking to leave as the new undisputed UFC lightweight champion of the world. He has bided his time, waiting for this title shot. He's got the winning streak. He has the quality of opposition. Now he's fighting the #1 guy in the world. He believes he's the best. Now his opportunity to prove it, just a few minutes away. All right, here's the UFC lightweight champion of the world, defending his belt yet again. This has been one dominant 155-pound fighter, ladies and gentlemen. You know this is a belt that frequently changes hands. Well, it hasn't since it's been wrapped around this guy's waist. Given all the skills he brings to the table, the question is, fighting a challenger like this, can he hold on to the belt? If he can, just another chapter in the greatness of one of the best lightweights this octagon has ever seen. And now our tail of the tape for this lightweight scrap. 3 years apart, with similar height and some differences in reach. Here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. When the action begins, our referee in charge of the octagon, Yves Levine. And now, this is the moment UFC fans around the world have been waiting for. Live from the sold-out T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, it's time! 5 rounds for the undisputed UFC Lightweight Championship of the World. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This man is a mixed martial artist making his professional debut here tonight. He stands 5 feet 7 inches tall, weighing in at 145 pounds, fighting out of Los Angeles, California. Introducing the challenger, Bruce the Dragon Lee. And now introducing the champion, fighting out of the red corner. This man is a mixed martial artist, holding a professional record of 18 wins, 7 losses. He stands 5 feet 6 inches tall, weighing in at 135 pounds. Fighting out of Denver, Colorado, presenting the reigning, defending, undisputed UFC lightweight champion of the world, TJ Dillashaw.
UFC belt on the line, protect yourself at all times, obey my command at all times. If you want to touch down, do it down, go back to your corner.
They touch him up and we are underway.
You ready? You ready?
All right, so here we go, round 1. I can barely hear myself think in this arena right now. 2 of the most dominant, well-rounded fighters in this division.
I mean, these guys are the best of all the mixed martial arts. They can do everything when they're locked inside of the octagon. I'm so excited to watch the highest level of MMA on display tonight.
All right, here we go. First round is underway. No denying the big reach advantage for him tonight. We'll see if he can get that jab going early.
Look for him to circle on the outside. Use that long jab to keep his distance and only engage on his terms.
And there comes the separation now. Ooh, blocks the shot.
Nice straight punch.
Lands flush with that right hand. Just out of the range with that right hand. Wow, that right punch has been the money weapon for him tonight, and he landed it again there.
If his opponent does not change something, he will continue to throw the strike until he makes it stop the reach. Oh, he heard it badly, the jab. Look at him working at trying to shut the liver down. Big, powerful punch lands. Now he gets back to range. You take more of these leg kicks, you will not be able to be very active on your feet.
And he's looking for that left hand, just missed. Oh, spinning back fist. He didn't telegraph that one at all. Slips to avoid that left. Just over 3 minutes to go. Shot to the body, turned back by Lee. 26 total strikes and counting have landed for the great TJ Dillashaw.
Yeah, he's mixing it all up. There's no tell on that leg kick.
Oh, and he connects there. Pretty nice punch there.
Great job finding the range to land those punches. Nice head kick.
Oh, that's gonna soften him up. Massive knee to the body. And he landed the right hand there.
Real sneaky body kick.
Oh, pretty good counter jab to the head by Dillashaw. And that one was heavy. Dillashaw's kick is blocked.
Look at him whip his hip into that kick.
Combination lands for him. It was hard to see a miss in that sequence. He's put it all together.
I mean, everything is just flowing. He's like in a zone. It's like the basketball hoop becomes twice its size. This guy today is looking at focus mitts in his opponent. Big punch lands over the top. How's he gonna follow this one? Over and over, he lands big body kicks.
And they separate.
Look at him whip his hip into that kick.
Oh, that's the grip thus far. How's his opponent still standing?
I mean, I have no idea. This fight is cool. It might not be over now, but it's gotta be over very soon.
Working off of his back here. Looks like he may try to hip escape. All right, we have now reached the final minute of round one. Dillashaw gets up again here, but he looks first. Oh, that right hand is on point. Back to the well with that right hand. It's no good. Dillashaw's kick to the body is blocked. Oh, he lands another strike to the body, really starting to connect on a lot of shots to the midsection, and these will take their toll as this fight goes into the latter rounds. Well, he's got the reach advantage. You might as well use it. Nice job there to find a home for that jab. 15 seconds remain in the round. All right, there's the clapper. 10 seconds to go.
Good punch lands.
5 minutes in the books. All right, so there is the horn. At times in that previous round, I didn't think we'd get here after that head kick nearly had him out of there.
It was a good round leading up to that, but when you take a head kick like that, When your opponent gets your entire body into that kick, usually the night's over. Very tough to still be standing, but he can't take many more like that.
You ready? You ready?
Second round underway.
That one snuck in. Nice strike.
Leg kick checked by Dillashaw. Strike lands there, and somehow his opponent's chin held up.
His opponent's chin held up, but you do not want to be on the receiving end of those types of strikes.
Oh, another strike to the body. Not a lot of real estate there, but he found it.
Look at him chopping the wood. Chop the wood with those leg kicks.
Effective punch there by Lee. Trying to double up on that jab. And both guys really throwing with authority. Just misses there with the left. Splits the garland. I'm not sure his opponent knows where he is.
No, he is on Beat Street right now. He's seeing Tweety birds over the top of his head. When you take a hook like that, you are on wobbly legs. Look at the force behind that leg kick.
Just missed with the left there.
Nice punch there.
All right, so he's landed some good shots. You hate to be overly critical, but nothing really in terms of combinations tonight.
Well, the jab has been looking great. How about jab, jab, right hand? Because eventually you're going to have to put something on your opponent that's going to really make him pause. I believe the jab has been working so well, if he drops a big right hand after it, he may be able to finish his fight.
Oh, nice job to land the straight punch there. Must be nice to have that kind of reach advantage, DC. I know you can't necessarily relate. Straight up the gut, DC. He's in a world of trouble now.
They say the straight ones are the ones that get there first, and it got right to the target.
Oh, he might be out. Well, he's really picked up the pace here in round two. Much more aggressive now here and starting to find himself in the pocket. Oh, big right hook, but a whiff.
Ooh, head kick lands, he's hurt. Big punch lands. Ooh. Game of inches right there, boy. Wow. It was a good night if that landed.
Just a slip there. Oh, yes, it is a lost art in mixed martial arts. Not just the jab, but the double jab.
I mean, a beautiful double jab. That thing's throwing right from the chin, too.
Oh, he tags him with the straight hand there. Nice job by Lee. Oh, it's a hell of a kick right there. He told us Thursday that he was going to be kick-heavy tonight, and that is certainly a step in the right direction.
He is landing that strike. He's very effective with it. Dude's in a good flow state, landing punch after punch.
Oh, and he connects with a punch there, DC. You like this guy.
I like this guy a ton. And to watch his punch like this puts a smile on my face.
Well, you got to think he's going to enjoy watching this one back tomorrow morning. He has landed a ton of significant strikes and really a guy who has been a monster in the gym, finally putting it together here in the octagon.
To go home and admire your work, it doesn't take till the next morning. He's going back to the room right now and firing up the video to look at beauty in action. And he was the one causing all the action. Look at how he turns his hip into that leg kick. Look at him drive his shin into his opponent's body with that body kick. Ooh, what a punch.
30 seconds to go in round two. "20 seconds left to go in round two.
He's hurt bad. He's hurt bad, John. He's got to press him. He's got to go chase that finish down now.
Whoa! And just like that, the fight is over.
Holy smokes! What a performance!
Yeah, man, crowd loving it. Just a gorgeous shot there to end the fight. Really just the way he drew it up. He found the opening and capitalized on it to the utmost extent. Nicely done to finish the fight. All right, let's get you some replays now. Certainly a lot for our replay guys to work with in the truck. This was a clinic tonight in terms of mixed martial arts acumen in every realm.
A full-on display of all of his skills. He did everything in this championship-winning performance. He used his wrestling. He used his elbows. He used his pace and pressure to really wear down his opponent so that he can get his hand raised.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Yves Levine has called a stop to this contest at 4 minutes, 50 seconds of round number 2. Declaring the winner by knockout and new UFC lightweight champion of the world, Bruce the Dragon Lee.
All right, so there he is, the newly minted UFC lightweight champion of the world. It's the word, it's all every pro fighter wants to hear, and he gets to hear those special words tonight.
Every fighter hopes they get that one moment to hear "and new." And then they want to hear "and still," but before anything, you've got to hear "and new." And when you hear it, man, it's like a weight has been lifted off of your shoulders. You know in that moment that nobody will ever take that away from you. That belt goes with you, and it will live with you for the rest of your life.
All right, coming up next, it's a lightweight championship fight between Bruce Lee and TJ Dillashaw. All right, so here he is, Tyler Jeffrey Dillashaw, as DC likes to call him, the former two-time UFC bantamweight champion, certainly one of the best 135-pound fighters of all time.
Yes, and you recognized it right away. Going into the fight against him and Morale, people thought TJ Dillashaw had no chance. He went out there and very early on showed Henry Morale that he was in with something different. Unbelievable striker. He's very disciplined. He has a great ability to follow a game plan, and it's shown in his rise to becoming one of 2 of the best bantamweights the UFC has ever seen.
And if you won't say it, I will. Got a full ride to Cal State Fullerton, 3-time NCAA qualifier. Hasn't necessarily been a wrestler first in mixed martial arts, but a very good submission game, and in terms of the striking, the footwork, and everything else,
It's
truly a sight
that he
to
hasn't had to.
Right.
He hasn't had to. Johnny's been able to go out there and beat guys with striking when you said he's a fantastic wrestler.
He's a fighter's fighter, and he has a lot to prove as he gets back in the octagon here tonight. Well, always exciting when this guy shows up on the fight card, Daniel. He is a true mixed martial artist. Not really any glaring weaknesses, at least, that he's put on film thus far.
He's the new breed of fighter. Those kids that start doing everything at 6 years old. They start wrestling, they start doing jiu-jitsu, they start to box. He's one of those guys that has every one of those skills, and he does them all at an A+ level. He's got tremendous cardio. He is the type of fighter that in a few years will just litter the UFC roster across the board.
And oftentimes his opponents will say he doesn't really do anything special, but he does everything at a plus level, and he believes he'll have a lot of advantages in this matchup tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. And when the action begins, our referee in charge of the octagon, Dan Mergliotta. And now, this is the moment UFC fans around the world have been waiting for. Live from the MGM Grand Garden Arena in Las Vegas, it's time! 5 rounds for the undisputed UFC Lightweight Championship of the World. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This man is a mixed martial artist, holding a professional record of 18 wins, 7 losses. He stands 5 feet 6 inches tall, weighing in at 135 pounds. Fighting out of Denver, Colorado, presenting the challenger, now, introducing the champion, fighting out of the red corner. This man is a mixed martial artist making his professional debut here tonight. He stands 5 feet 7 inches tall, weighing in at 145 pounds. Fighting out of Los Angeles, California, USA, presenting the reigning, defending, undisputed UFC lightweight champion of the world, Bruce the Dragon Lee!
All right, this is for the UFC Championship. I want you to obey my commands at all times, protect yourself at all times. I want a nice, clean, safe fight. Touch gloves, back your corners, do not fight.
You ready? All right, you ready?
All right, so here we go, round one. I can barely hear myself think in this arena right now. Two of the most dominant, well-rounded fighters in this division.
I mean, these guys are the best of all of mixed martial arts. They can do everything when they're locked inside of the octagon. I'm so excited to watch the highest level of MMA on display tonight.
Well, we told you off the top you had the reach advantage, and you saw it right there with that punch. And they're exchanging leather early.
Nice punch lands over the top.
Little cut below that left eye. Oh, beautiful slip and counter there by Dillashaw. Oh, tagged him with that right hand. What a strike that was.
What a strike that he is landing over and over again. His opponent will need to make some adjustments.
Bang Muay Thai on full display here. Dillashaw on a really good flow here, DC. Oh, nice job by him there to slip that offer.
Oh, that's a nice strike.
Trying to establish that jab once again. Almost in range with the straight left, but that's a miss. Checks the leg kick. Oh, it's a hell of a kick right there. He told us Thursday that he was going to be kick-heavy tonight, and that is certainly a step in the right direction.
He is landing that strike. He's very effective with it. Big leg kick land. He loaded up there on that high kick. Liver kick, if you take those kicks, it's gonna shut your body off.
Oh, effective strike there by Dillashaw. He is all about that left kick to the body.
Oh, nice right hand.
So just over 20 total strikes have now landed for TJ Dillashaw. Just unable to quite find that range.
Set the pace and hit him.
Timely defense there, huge block for him. Oh, and he gets tagged. Nice combination there, and might not be a bad idea for the opposition to just tweak that head off the center line.
He was landing one before, now he's throwing everything in combination, and they're all landing.
Oh, nice connection there with a punch, DC.
Great time to land that punch. He's got to be careful dipping his head when he's throwing that jab.
All right, single collar tie now. Lee going for the body, targeting that area with the kick, but unable to land. Oh, big head kick there. Get the bonus checks ready.
I mean, this fight is about done. He's got him hurt very bad with his head kick. Now he has to find one more strike in the night.
Big strike lands.
Big strike.
Now he's masterful from here.
Oh, he went to a single, switch to a high crotch,
love watching this guy move on the ground. Another nice transition there.
Such a high-level grappler. You don't see that very often.
We have now hit the final minute of this championship fight.
Oh, nice. Nice. Game of inches right there, boy. Wow. It was a good night if that landed.
It's not over. It's not over. Keep moving.
Spinning back fist. 30 seconds now to go in the round. Oh, he landed a beautiful straight punch there, DC. He's got an edge in reach and certainly is making it count in this one. Oh, he continues to attack that bloody cheek. His face is a mess. Goes back to that left kick once again. 10 seconds. Lee gets touched by that leg kick attempt.
Take a deep breath and relax. I want you to look to finish this one. Put the pressure on this guy. Move forward behind head movement. Keep your jab nice and long.
All right, so there's the end of the round, and the tide has officially turned. A huge head strike to stun his opponent. We'll see which corner can adjust here moving forward.
I mean, they've got to be celebrating. They've got to be happy. Everything's working. But the other side has to be concerned. They have to figure something out, make some sort of adjustment to try to change the tide of this fight.
Okay, you ready? Round two. Ready?
Let's go, all right, let's get to round two. Just misses with the jab.
Big, powerful punch lands. Now he gets back to range.
Oh, high amplitude head kick.
Game of inches right there, boy. Wow. It was good night if that landed. Look at the whip action that comes from him throwing that kick.
Straight right is there. Oh, he lands another strike to the body, really starting to connect on a lot of shots to the midsection, and these will take their toll as this fight goes into the latter rounds. Counter left. Oh, huge block!
Big punch lands over the top. How's he gonna follow this one?
And he's looking for that left hand, just missed.
What a head kick.
Oh, lands the overhand. How good is that? Back and forth we go.
Oh, nice. Boom! Big jab.
Dillashaw gets hit with a kick. Splits the guard, lands the right hand. All right, so he's landed some good shots. You hate to be overly critical, but nothing really in terms of combinations tonight. Huge shot finds the target there.
Great shot lands. Now he's got to go find that follow-up attempt. The kill shot is what they call it to go and end the fight.
Continues to work out of that tie clinch.
Great punch.
Muay Thai plump, and they separate. Lee's cut is getting worse. The cut man chomping at the bit to get in there. He'll have to wait for the break between rounds if we get there. Man, as he landed a high volume of strikes here in round two, definitely picking up the pace after round. Yeah, looks a little. Oh!
He's in trouble. He's hurt bad. Look at him working at trying to shut the liver down. He needs to start looking to finish now because he's got his opponent hurt very bad.
Working off of his back here. Looks like he may try to hip escape.
Now into his mount.
Under 2 minutes to go. All right, so inside the open guard of his opponent. You got to be careful playing around for too long here on the ground with this guy. All right, so pretty good damage here with the ground and pound. Nothing superficial about these strikes. They are intending to harm.
Oh, yeah, he's landing very accurately, and he's landing to get damage off.
Oh, big combination of ground and pound strikes here, DC. This could be the beginning of the end.
I mean, you got to be very careful when you take these big ground and pound strikes. You need a controlled posture on the bottom, and if you're the top guy, the guy that's looking to finish, continue to gain posture and rain down big strikes on your opponent. Big kick.
Dillashaw gets in the clinch. So he's really starting to put together some significant body shots.
Oh, he hurt bad. He hurt bad, John. He's got to press him. He's got to go chase that finish down now. Now he's on top of him looking for the finish.
All right, so he's sort of turtled up here. Not great body language. Perhaps he's trying to bait him in a little bit. Back to his feet. Dillashaw's lower jaw does not look good. I don't think it's broken, but starting to show some obvious signs of swelling. Oh, beautiful jab there. It's one thing to have length. Of course, it's another to use it effectively. Beautiful job with that jab.
Ooh, what a punch.
20 seconds left to go in round 2. And he landed the right hand there. Oh! He's out!
Oh, my goodness. What a performance!
Pinpoint strike to end this fight. It landed flush. I'm not even sure the opponent wholly saw it coming. And before he could recover, the referee was in to stop the fight. So a huge knockout victory for that fighter here tonight. Well, he's going to enjoy watching this one back. Let's take a look at the replay of the knockout just a moment ago.
It was right hand after right hand after right hand. Finally, he found the one that hit the exact sweet spot that ended his opponent's night.
And there he is, the undisputed UFC lightweight champion of the world. He's going to like the sound of that. Big knockout for him to win the belt here tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Dan Migliano's calling stop to this contest at 4 minutes, 53 seconds of round number 2. Declaring the winner by knockout and still the undisputed UFC lightweight champion of the world, Bruce the Dragon Lee.
All right, so there he is, the still undisputed UFC lightweight champion. And when you're taking on lightweight #1 contender types and knocking them out like this, just scary to think just how high the ceiling is for this young man.
Lightweight is the deepest division in the entire UFC, and if you can reign atop it like this young man has, it tells you how truly special he is. Congratulations on another great performance.